Hey Cougars, this is Mr. York. This video is to try and get you guys going with the idea of making a website. Websites are really cool because unlike social media, which is designed for just you and your friends, a website is designed for everyone to be able to see, no matter what social media they might belong to. All they need is a computer, a cell phone, a tablet, anything that can access the internet, and they can view your website, and you can put anything on there that you need to, that you want to share, such as your own photography, assignments, information that you want to share with your friends, stuff that you want to share with your family, your parents, anybody that you want to share something with. You can put it on your website. If you've got a project, you can upload it and everyone can see it. If you guys look at my website, mryork. It's actually .com, but right now it's coming up .weebly.com because it was made by Weebly. You can see it says powered by Weebly down here. It's just another web creation tool. Because I actually bought the domain, should be able to go to mryork.com and pull that up. Or sorry, I didn't buy mryork.com, I bought mryork.org. Somebody else owns mryork.com and they want a lot of money for it, so I did not pay for that. But there you go. You can see the redirection tool working. We're going to get into domain versus web hosting in just a second. For right now, I just want to go over the basic concept and take you through the idea of how to create a website in case you're having trouble with that. Before we get started, there are a couple of things that you need to remember. When it comes to creating your own website, there are things that you cannot include on there just for digital citizenship and safety. Number one, you got to make sure that you keep all of your personal information off the website. It's okay to say that you live in a certain area, but you don't want to put up your phone number, your address, what school you go to, your age. Personal information like that should not be on your website. In my case, my professional website has my phone number because one, I'm an adult, and two, I want people to call me. So that's how I get my business. If I give somebody my website, they already have my information, and that helps a lot. If you guys take a look at my website, underneath any grade level, there are videos that you can watch, and that's kind of the idea of what you want to be able to do is create something that has material on it that you can share that maybe serves a purpose. In this case, if I want you to go watch a video, I can tell you to go to YouTube and try to look up something, but it's so much easier to say go underneath film, for example, and there's 3 videos at the top, and those are even on my YouTube channel, but how much easier is it to say go to mryork.org and click on the video that I want you to watch, and it's right there. And if you want to go to my YouTube channel, you can, because when you click play, there's a YouTube there, and it goes straight there for you, just like you would expect it to. And there's me talking again. So let's talk about how to make a website and some things that'll help you out. Other than that information that you should not be putting on there, you can put just about anything. Now, if pictures are not yours, you should be citing them, which means if I go and I want to say I want a picture of a drum set, which is always the example that I use because I always want a drum set. You'd think I'd have enough by now, huh? If I go to images, anywhere that I take a picture of a drum set from, I want to make sure that I actually go to that website, grab it, and in this case, it's just on Amazon, but it could have been any place, right? Any place that I take a picture of a drum set from. There's a Ludwig. Here's a site that sells drums called Sweetwater. They sell a lot of musical instruments. Click on the URL, which is the web address, copy it, and when you post that picture down below it, paste that web address so that people know you didn't take that picture. You're not claiming it's yours. You need to get used to citing anything that's not yours. With those exceptions, anything else goes. Put anything on your website that you want that's appropriate for school, and you'll be just fine. Let's take a look at how to do it. Wix.com is the site that is easiest to use. When you get to Wix.com, if you have not created a website ever before, you should get this page that says create a website you're proud of. I'm going to hit get started. And what I want to do is put in an email. And, oh, the problem is I'm actually, sorry, it's remembering me. and trying to log in. I want to sign up. Let's do that first. And when you guys put in your credentials, you can use your school credentials, but do me a favor and please do not use continue with any of this stuff here. The problem with that is that if somebody else is logged in and you don't notice that it's not your information, it's going to really screw things up. So what I say is never use these automatic fill-in commands. They don't really help you out in the long run, I feel like. You want to be in control of the computer. Don't ever get the computer to do what it wants to do instead of what you want it to do. You're the one that's always programming the computer to do what you want it to do. So always be careful with that, please. So I'm going to try that again. I'm going to put in it's going to ask me to do it twice, which is always fun. Emails don't match. Oh, I need to fix that. Make sure that they match. And then I got to put in a password. When it comes to your password, remember that I am not in charge of this. You are. Which means you can't come to me later on and say, oh, I forgot my password. That doesn't even make any sense because wasn't the one that typed it in. I wouldn't know it. And I'm not in control of this. This is a private company called Wix. You guys have probably seen a bunch of commercials from them. Once I've got my email in that matches, I've got my passwords that match, I'm going to hit sign up. It's going to ask to save your password. I'm going to say never, but you guys can do whatever you want if you're on your own computer. If you're on a computer that is at school and you're doing this because you were absent, you probably don't want it to remember your password either. You have to do that. Now the first screen you're going to get to says, we want Wix experience to be perfect for your needs. Answer a few questions to help us get to know you better. I'm going to say no. Again, I'm in control of programming, I'm in control of the computer, and that's the position you always want to be in as an end user. Letting the computer control things often just makes things more complicated, and in this case, it's going to make things a lot worse because it's actually kind of tricky to fix it if you let the computer do everything, and then it's not as good of an experience, and it makes it more difficult to use. So I'm going to skip that right now. And here's the big one. This is the one we want to be really careful of. Let Wix ADI create a website for you. Does that sound like you're in control? I don't think so. Create your website with the Wix editor, which I have to admit, that almost sounds like the same kind of thing almost, but that is the one that we're looking for. You want to use the Wix editor, which is using their design tools, but you're making all the choices. So you're going to choose a template, and you're going to come down here, and literally you can pick any of these. Doesn't matter. What kind of a website are we doing? Well, we're doing a blog site, really. We're doing a personal blog. That is what we're doing. You guys can change it at any time, and you can do whatever one looks nice. Now, these templates have nothing to do with the pictures that are on them because you're going to replace all those anyhow. So what you're looking for is maybe color scheme, maybe background, or fonts that you actually kind of like. And if you don't like any of these, I mean, you can literally look at any of these and say like, oh, fashion and beauty, I like the way that one looks. That's fine. Whatever you like. Remember, you're changing everything on this website anyhow because what you don't want to do is leave a template up. You don't want to leave anything that says add text here or add picture. You don't want to leave up pictures that are not yours. These are just templates. They're just to get you guys started. It's the easiest way to get started for all of these website creators. Now, Wix is a website creation tool, but it actually, if you paid them, they could actually host your domain as well. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. For right now, let's just talk about getting started with it. So I'm going to go to blog. I'm going to hit personal blog, and I'm just going to hit, this one looks nice. I'll hit that one. Again, it really doesn't matter. Welcome to Wix, and they'll have this little video that you can watch if you like. Feel free to. That'll kind of take you through all the tools. I'm going to exit out of it right now because I've already done that.